Phase One is a great studio. I think it's my favorite studio of all the studios I've played in League of Rock. Big names have played there, so you really feel like a pro. I mean, Anne Murray, U2, all those. It's just a fantastic studio. The people that work there are terrific, are professionals. The producers, in this case, we have Dave Barrett. They're just he's fantastic, and I've been with Topher before. He's fantastic. It's just an incredible experience. You really are a rock star in phase one.
Wow, a little bit overwhelming, but coming here at Phase One is quite humbling. You learn quite a bit.
So far, so good. I was kind of surprised that we got through what we got through up to now as quick as we did, which will give us a better end result for sure.
I did not know that the studio was this big.
This time we played on a click track. Now this is, I think, the second or third time I played on a click track. I personally don't like it that much, but if it's a simple song where there isn't that much drum soul, if you will, into it, like Billie Jean is pretty much just a dance beat, so it's not a big deal, then it's a lot of fun, and then you feel like you're really doing it like the pros. And we're doing it this time, and I think we did it after we found out the right tempo. We did it in 2 takes, so that was good. Have you ever worked on a click track before?
A few times here and at other places too, but it doesn't bother me at all. I couldn't care less. I think it's kind of neat.
My kind of drumming, I'm more of a stage live drummer than I am a studio drummer. And one thing I liked about being in the studio is I have to learn. I'm learning more and more and more and becoming better at it, but I still have a long way to go, I think, to be as good a studio drummer as I am a live drummer.
Most of the time when I come in these things, I have a very low profile part. I'm just in there playing rhythm, really, and like, I don't aspire to be a recording artist, right? I like to get out there and strut the stuff and get the people going. That's the fun part of the whole thing, is getting the people going.
And tell me about how it was like working with your bandmates.
You really want me to answer that, Ernie?
This is a terrific band, terrific bunch of guys to play with. Rick, Pete, and Brent. Rick and Pete, this is my 3rd time with them. I've been 3 bands with Pete and 3 bands with Rick. My first time with Brent. As soon as the first beat came in with Brent, boom, we were locked in. So I said, no problem with this guy. It was terrific working with Brent, especially since he picked one of the songs I wanted to really play, which was Bad Case of Loving You. Are you comfortable with your guys?
Beyond comfortable. A lot of fun.
Two sessions previously with Rick, we played and recorded original songs that I'd written, and 2 of the ones that 2 of my favorites. So Rick, we were trying to put another original into this one, but we couldn't squeeze it in. That would have been nice. But I played with Rick a couple times before, and it was fantastic.
Nah, you know what? It's been good. It's been good. You know, everybody has their own like ideas and stuff like that, and you know, you and I have done it a lot more times than any of the other guys, and Pete's done it a few times too. So we all pretty much knew what we needed to implement as we were going along, you know, with dynamics and stuff like that. So everybody was very receptive.
It's good. They're great. They're great musicians. Like, they come prepared. We work out what we have to work out, and I think the sound that we've got it's pretty polished, I think.
Pete, on the other hand, we've played all cover tunes, and we've had 2 incredible showcases.
If you practice in your basement for so long, you develop an opinion about yourself. And you think that you've reached a certain level. When you're going to be thrown in with a bunch of guys that you really don't know, you figure, what am I getting into? Are they going to be better than I am? Are they going to be worse than I am? What if they're really, really bad and they suck and I just don't want to be part of it? It's not like that at all. The way the League of Rock is set up, they match you with people of your strength and people of your personality, people who kind of share the same interests.
At first it was like you know, because until everybody understood who has done this before, it all came together. Everybody worked really good together.
And it's a blast playing with all 3 of these guys. They're just great musicians, great guys to hang around with, and it's just fun.
Hopefully, while you're looking at me in this documentary, I can say this is the beginning. I would say I'm going not from 0 to hero, but from 0 to Juno within the next 10 years. And thanks to the League of Rock.
So, any final words?
No, I'm going to do it again.
Anything else you want to wrap up with about this session?
No, I think it's just another successful session. They only seem to get better, and I'm happy. I'm happy. I'd probably do it again.
It's just the greatest thing I've ever been a part of. You get to be a rock star on the showcase live, and you get to be a rock star in the studio.
I just, well, I picked one, and then other people picked the other two.
The first one, first one was Rick's. Rick wanted to do Billie Jean.
And they were quite a surprise. It's actually a song that I would have chosen. It's a song that that our guitarist chose, Rick. And it was Billie Jean, a song that I grew up with.
So I always wanted to do Billie Jean because I seen a three-piece band do it, and they got everybody up on the floor, and it sounded really cool. So I've always loved the beat, you know, so it was something that I always wanted to do. So
I couldn't believe he suggested Billie Jean's. Never in a million years did I think I would be playing in a band playing Billie Jean. We tried it out, and I thought, you know what, this is pretty cool. A little rock version of this was pretty cool. So I enjoyed it. Yeah,
it was good. Like, we had to obviously tweak the song a little bit because we're certainly not the big orchestra and everything else that Michael Jackson has, and certainly not Michael Jackson period. So we had to arrange it a little bit differently so it would work for us, but it's still the same song, which is good.
How did you decide which song to record?
I didn't. Somebody did. I think it was Terry Brown. And then there was a new coach, I can't recall her name. She's a really great musician because she did a little set for us in one of the workshops. They kind of chose Billie Jean, I think, more because it was unexpected.
Brent twisted my arm. No, I'm just kidding.
For me, that was easy. I was looking for a tune. Basically, I'm talking about my own experience. I wanted a tune that everybody knew, everybody could get into, and something that we could modify and turn it into a rock and roll song.
Yeah, well, Billie Jean is kind of one of those songs that has and Brent really lays down a good bass riff on that. It sounds really good.
We just collectively, I guess, agreed on it. That got down to the wire. It seems like a bit of a challenge. It's not something that you hear from the League of Rock, and that's what I like to do. I don't like to do all mainstream stuff. I like to pick something that's a little bit of a challenge and see what we can do with it.
It was just a tribute to a fantastic man who had lived a fantastic life and inspired so many people.
Sure of getting this done today, or are we at any risk at all?
So take my strong advice. me and showed up on